What is up, my people? I got the Drift Ghost, and we are about to run this joint. Just got some gas. Now here we go. Got a new clutch cable on the bike. Thanking my friend Nick for that. He does all my motorcycle mechanic work. So that's definitely awesome. Oh, I don't know which way will be quickest. Let's go this way. So yeah, he was supposed to be over at my house last night at 8 o'clock to install the cable, and he ended up coming over at about 9:45 and stayed until about 3. Not really, it was more like 1:30 or something like that, but I really don't want to get stuck at this light right now. Or behind that truck for that matter. So yeah, this is kind of a test to see if I need to move the mic or anything with something like that. I tested it out last night at about 30 miles per hour and it seemed to do fine. So, excuse me guys. If y'all didn't know already, if y'all didn't watch my last video, I'm possibly just getting over like bronchitis or something like that. So if I cough a lot, or if I cough loudly or something like that, then I'm sorry about that. I can't really help it right now. However, it is 7:40 in the morning right now. Probably about 70 degrees outside here in Texas. I'm just going to go riding around, testing out my new camera, testing out my new microphone setup, so do that kind of stuff. I'll probably close that vent that I just closed. I think that this should be a good setup, but I'm not positive. Hopefully there's not that much wind noise, because that wouldn't be very helpful. Alright lady, you got 1 more mile per hour to do the speed limit. Let's go. Come on, Mary Kay. Come on. Come on. You better be turning. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, I had a topic to talk about, and if I remember the topic that I wanted to talk about, I will make that the title of the video, because currently I can't remember the topic of the video that I was going to talk about. It's going to come to me in about 2 minutes. So for now, fast acceleration. Hopefully you guys enjoy stuff like that. Well, you're about to have another one in a few minutes anyway, so. Okay, so let's talk about how I first got into motorcycle riding. And I'll tell you what, I was a not really spoiled child, but I was given many things that not many kids are likely to get when they were a little kid. So, excuse me. I was about, oh, I'd probably say maybe 13 or so. My parents bought me one of those electric scooters. I don't know if you guys remember those or not, but well, yeah, so they bought me one of those, and it was my first real, like, power sports kind of thing. And it was something that I had been asking my parents for about probably, I want to say, like a year or half a year, something around there. So I mean, I was bugging them for a long time. Screw this, I'm getting ahead of this guy. Okay. But yeah, so I had that as my first thing, and so I bugged them for that for like a year or so. And then after that, my friend Trenton, who when I was a little kid had a dirt bike with his sister and his brother, and his dad also rode. So they got me into motocross, and that took about 2 years of convincing to get my first dirt bike, which was my only dirt bike actually. But so that took about 2 years of convincing to get that dirt bike. It was a 2005 Yamaha TTR 125, I believe. It was all cool back then because it was like one of the first models with the electric start or something like that, so that was pretty cool. And stand up. Okay. So that's one thing, and then after that, kind of just used that, and I was happy with that for a while. I think I actually sold my electric scooter to get it because I think I was getting too big for it, I believe. So there was that, and then after I got the dirt bike, okay, we'll set this yellow light, or this red light, I mean. Okay, after I got the dirt bike, rode that for a few years. Excuse me. Then it was time for me to kind of look for my first car, so I was looking for those. My parents ended up getting me a Mustang. It's a 2004 V6. But, you know, I love that car. It's got a nice sound to it. I have it straight piped. I know it's not better, it's not good for like back pressure in the exhaust, so you lose power or whatever, but I don't like race anyone in it. It's a V6, so it doesn't bother me really at all. Take a left here. So yeah, there's that. And then since ever before that, like before my car days, I had always been looking up motorcycles. I mean, I wanted one so badly. I mean, here in Texas, I don't know about anywhere else, but you only have to be 16 to ride a motorcycle here, as long as it's under, motorcyclist behind me. You only have to be 16 to ride a motorcycle as long as it's under 500cc, I believe. So you can ride Ninja 250s, Ninja 500s, stuff like that. So, I wanted one really badly. I asked my parents. My parents were like, no, you know, blah, blah, blah. Let's cut in front of these cars here. So they were like, no. And that really frustrated me because my dad has a motorcycle. Like, he's had one ever since we moved down here and all that kind of stuff. So he's had a motorcycle for a few. Let's do an acceleration here. Alright, up onto the highway. Ready for this? Here we go. And head check. No cops. Well, that was fun. Note to anyone who ever does that, whenever you exit the highway, like right now, always do a U-turn and keep going. Never give people the ability to go slightly out of their way and still be able to get your license plate number. Yeah. So anyway, so I have been looking for a motorcycle even since before my first car. Parents wouldn't get me one. We're actually going to do a U-turn and get back on the same exact road. And then so it was kind of at that point where I knew it wasn't going to happen, so I started to accept it. And so at that point it was kind of just like a fine, you know, I get you. So kind of just accepted at that point, got my car, and then as soon as I got my car, for some reason it was all about my car. You know, well, I already know the reason for that, obviously. I mean, I was a teenager with a new car, so it was all about my car, no motorcycle, stuff like that. And so whenever I got my car, it was all about that. And then after a few months or a year or so, I started looking at motorcycles again. And I wanted one again, more and more and more. I would probably stay up every night from about, I'd say probably 11 o'clock at night until about probably 3 in the morning. All I was doing was just researching motorcycles, watching YouTube videos on motorcycles. I mean, that was it. I mean, you know, so I was looking at prices, looking on Craigslist, looking on eBay, looking, you know, Cycle Trader, you know, all those good places. So, you know, I would do that the entire time. And, you know, for a while, I kept asking my parents, no. Long story short, because this video is getting kind of long, I believe. Anyway, long story short, I went to this camp that they had at my college called Baylor Line Camp. And it's a week camp, and you basically just go there and you get to meet some other incoming freshmen and some upperclassmen and stuff like that. So I went there, and when you're there, you can't have your phone, you can't have an iPod, you can't have an iPad, you can't have a TV, you can't have anything. It's just you and your dorm room people that aren't even your roommates. They're just, anyway. But quick side note, this building right here, it's called Lotus of Austin. They have a bunch of Lotus cars, they have a bunch of Bentley cars, a bunch of Aston Martins. So you get a bunch of like rich people with nice cars that go there to buy stuff. And I ended up driving with a Lamborghini Gallardo that was there a few weeks ago, and it was a track performance Lamborghini. Like, it was only used for track days, And so I ended up driving with that on my bike. That was a fun experience. The people behind me are going to run on my ass, so anyway, so I ended up getting one of those, and that was pretty cool. But so I was at line camp, and I was really bored, and I was having a terrible time, just because I didn't like it at all. I always hated camp. So I was having a terrible time and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm finally get through the week, and I'm coming home. I'm driving home, and I stop at my girlfriend's house because I was going to pick her up. And my parents had called me and her saying that we were going to have dinner together. So they wanted us to hurry up because they were really hungry. So I was trying to get her to get dressed and all that kind of stuff, all nice, because I didn't know if they were going out to a nice restaurant or not. So she gets dressed and all this makeup and all that kind of stuff. So we're driving home, and so we're coming up my street, and I look at my house to see if I need to open my garage door or not. And so my garage door was already open. So in my mind, I was like, sweet. My parents opened the garage door for me already. That's one less thing that I have to do. So I was just basically happy I didn't have to open the garage door. And as I got closer, turned into the driveway, and my parents are sitting inside the garage with my first motorcycle, which you can see on earlier videos on my channel, but it was a 2001 CBR 600 F4i. And they were sitting with that in there, with their video camera out, taping me. My girlfriend was in on it the entire time, and she was a little stinker and a little trooper, so she didn't tell me anything. And yeah, so got that motorcycle and then started riding the next day. And then about, let's see, what was it, 3 months later, I crashed. I hit a deer at highway speeds and totaled my bike, and all my gear was done. You can go look at my video about that too. I have a video about my gear and my injuries after that accident. So, alright guys, well this video was probably way longer than it should have been. I'm sorry about that. I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully the audio was good. If you have any tips for me, or if you have any requests or things that I need to work on, or like I need to move my microphone or something like that, then please tell me. But for now guys, peace out.